The Orange Tyrant's late-night truth social tantrum. A 4-hour descent into madness on December 2, 2025. Oh, honey, if you thought your uncle at Thanksgiving dinner ranting about the neighbors was bad, wait until you hear about the President of the United States turning his personal social media playground into a non-stop fireworks show of conspiracy theories, personal grudges, and self-worship that lasted a solid 4 hours last night, December 2, 2025. With over 160 posts flying out faster than you can say, get a grip. And I'm talking posts that looped on themselves like some glitchy echo chamber, where he quotes his own nonsense just to make it louder. Because apparently one rant about Michelle Obama stealing Joe Biden's auto pen to pardon crooks isn't enough. Gotta double down and triple it, until the whole feed looks like a digital dumpster fire, lit by a man who's clearly lost the plot on what it means to lead a country instead of a cult. I mean, come on, the Orange Tyrant hunkered down in whatever gilded bunker he calls home, thumbs blazing away from 7:09 p.m. straight through to nearly midnight, averaging a post a minute at peak frenzy. And it's not like he was dropping policy gems or holiday cheer. No, this was a full-blown meltdown, a desperate scroll through his brain's greatest hits of hate. Starting with that Alex Jones fever dream, where Michelle Obama supposedly hijacked Biden's signature machine to spring key individuals. From legal hot water, which he shared with all the glee of a kid tattling on the class president's secret cookie stash, captioning it like it's gospel truth, even though it's about as real as his claims of perfect health after that mystery MRI. Ha ha ha. Can you picture it? The most powerful man in the world glued to his phone like a teenager doom-scrolling TikTok. But instead of cat videos, he's amplifying InfoWars clips from that bed bath, and beyond Guy Patrick Byron spinning yarns about how Michelle, elegant, accomplished Michelle, snuck into the Oval Office basement with a forged pen to bail out Hunter or whoever's on the villain list this week, and the Orange Tyrant eats it up because, let's face it, the Obama family has been squatting rent-free in his skull for a decade now, fueling every late-night tweet storm and rally screech about birth certificates and tan suits. And now this auto pen obsession that's got him vowing to shred 92% of Biden's executive orders like they're yesterday's trash, because apparently auto pens are only evil when Democrats use them. But fine and dandy when he did it hundreds of times himself back in the day. It's pathetic, really, this endless loop of projection where he accuses others of puppet mastery while his own White House runs on Fox News reruns and fast food decrees. And last night he couldn't let it go, firing off post after post praising his own genius for exposing the scam, as if anyone's buying that Michelle Obama, with her arms that he loves to mock, was moonlighting as a White House forger instead of, I don't know, writing books or living her best life far away from his nonsense. But wait, it gets better or worse, depending on how much popcorn you've got, because amid the Obama bashing, he pivoted hard to Senator Mark Kelly, that cool-headed astronaut-turned-lawmaker who's been calling out Pete Hegseth's bloodthirsty boat strikes in the Caribbean like the war crimes they are. And the Orange Tyrant couldn't resist branding him a traitor for daring to tell troops they don't have to follow illegal orders, writing in all caps that Kelly and his unpatriotic politicians were dead wrong for urging the military to think twice before turning fishermen into target practice, hoping, get this, that the public isn't duped into thinking it's okay to disobey the president, as if blind obedience is the oath every soldier swears instead of upholding the Constitution. Yell it from the rooftops. This is the same guy who dodged the draft 5 times with bone spurs that magically healed when it was time to golf, now lecturing a combat veteran like Kelly, who flew real missions and stared down real dangers in space. About patriotism, while his hand-picked defense secretary whispers, kill everybody to seal teams over boats that turned out to be full of families, not fentanyl. The hypocrisy. It's so thick you could choke on it. And last night's barrage had him reposting every MAGA meme calling for Kelly's head, threatening trials and hangings like he's auditioning for a bad historical drama, all because a senator had the guts to say what every ethics class in officer training screams. Unlawful orders get refused, period, no matter how tantrum-why the commander-in-chief gets about it. And oh, the rest of it, darlings, was a fever dream carousel that spun from rage to ridiculous faster than you can hit refresh. There he was, sharing videos of his so-called reverse migration plan, that ugly white supremacist dog whistle dressed up as policy genius, where he talks about scaring immigrants into self-deporting through threats of violence and checkpoints, blaming them for everything from welfare lines to that DC shooting last week by some Afghan guy, as if one tragedy justifies turning America into a police state for brown folks while ignoring the homegrown shooters who look just like his base. He posted clip after clip of himself explaining it like it's the cure for cancer, yelling about pausing migration from third world countries forever to recover the system, which is code for I hate anyone who doesn't match my golf club crowd. And it's chilling how he ties it to that National Guard bloodbath, using dead soldiers as props for his xenophobic fever, all while the Department of Homeland Security scrambles to backpedal because even they know this remigration fever is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Then, without missing a beat, he flips to pure vanity hour, dropping that Make Christmas Great Again video featuring his iconic 2-second cameo in Home Alone 2, strutting like Kevin's rich uncle, as if that's the leadership highlight reel we need, intercut with jabs at Kamala Harris slipping on banana peels or whatever AI slop his team cooked up. Because nothing says holiday spirit like reminding everyone you're still salty about losing to her in the popular vote. I swear, by the time he hit the 100 post mark around 11 p.m. It was clear this wasn't strategy, it was sedation. A manic spiral where he calls for freeing Tina Peters, that Colorado election denier felon who got caught tampering with voting machines like it was a hobby, and then seamlessly shifts to insulting some reporter to her face in a clip that's so cruel it makes you wonder if he practices in the mirror. All while praising his own beautiful Melania in a rare soft spot that feels more like a hostage photo than affection. Ha! The man insulted a journalist on camera, called her stupid to her face for asking about his taxes or whatever, and reposted it like a trophy, because in his world, bullying is branding, and last night he was handing out gold stars to every troll who echoes his bile. From Scott Jennings clips trashing Pelosi to Benny Johnson rants about Ilhan Omar being a terrorist from a terrorist family, flooding the feed with enough hate to power a small city while the rest of us try to sleep off the holiday tryptophan. It's not just unhinged, it's unwell, a demented old racist mainlining validation from his parasocial pen pals on Truth Social, where every like is a dopamine hit and every conspiracy a bedtime story. And he should be nowhere near the nuclear codes or deportation vans, or anything sharper than a plastic spork in a nursing home rec room. You know, I've watched this circus for years, but last night's 4-hour bender takes the cake, a reminder that power without guardrails turns a grudge holder into a grievance machine, churning out 160 reasons why he's unfit, from autopen fanfic to traitor lists. All while the world burns from his distractions, Hegseth dodging subpoenas, Venezuela saber-rattling over those botched strikes, and Kelly standing tall saying, "I won't be silenced because real leaders don't hide behind keyboards, they face the music." The orange tyrant ended his spree with a bang, declaring Truth Social the best thing since sliced bread at 5:48 a.m., like he hadn't just exhausted his last marble, and I'm left yelling at my screen. Get help, man, before you drag us all down with you. This isn't presidency, it's pathology. A Big Mac-fueled brain fry where Michelle Obama haunts his dreams and Mark Kelly's the boogeyman for reminding troops they're Americans first, not yes men to a would-be king. MAGA, please note, I was not talking to you and I do not need permission to speak up. And God, do I fearlessly speak my mind. I just want to thank you all, like, share, and follow to stay connected. I am Santiago del Carmen Maria, the Queen of Crowning Thoughts, because I say it like it is. Crowning Thoughts True Speaker Copyright 2025 by Santiago DC Maria is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share, alike 4.0 International.